Hello students, in this video I am going to continue part 2 of your chapter from Snapshots Albert Einstein at School. In first part we studied that Einstein was questioned by history teacher Mr. Braun that in what year the Persian defeated French in the Battle of Waterloo, but Einstein did not reply because he couldn't believe in learning facts and learning numbers only. He told that he believes in learning reason, that why the soldiers and why any problem is created. Just think about the reason. Don't think that what happened, what are the consequences of that problem. Try to get the reason that why that problem is getting continue and try to root out that problem. Actually his thought was that. So now let's continue line of explanation in this part 2. Albert felt miserable when he left his school that afternoon. When that afternoon means when history teacher asked him question and he scolded him. When that afternoon in school, and usually that is school leave is school always leaves at afternoon. So when at the afternoon Albert left that school, he was feeling very bad. He was feeling very miserable. Not he was feeling bad because that it had been a bad day, that it was a bad day in his school. Bad day means the teacher scolded him, his teacher scolded him. Most days were bad now. Most of the days were bad, not only this day. Anyway, but because he had to go back to the hateful place, he was feeling miserable because not with the reason that today it was a bad day. Actually, the every day was bad day. Why? Because he had to go back to the hateful place the next morning. Because he had to go back to the hateful place means that is school same, that is school again next morning. Means he had to go to, either he hates that place, either the day was bad or good. He hates that place means the school. He never wants to go there, and that's why he was feeling very miserable that again I have to go tomorrow to the next to the same place. He only wished his father would take him away, and he wished that his father should ask him that Einstein, there is no need to study in this school, you should get away. But there was no point in even asking. But there was no point, there was no reason actually that he should ask even to his father, and his father should ask him that why he should leave. So if you are willing to leave any school or any institute, you must have some reason. But Einstein has no reason. He knew what the answer would be. He knew very well that if he will ask to his father, first he wished that his father should call him, but his father will never call him, ask him to leave his school. Then he thought that I should ask my father, but he thought that there is no reason that I should ask. He knew what the answer would be, and he knew that if I will ask my father about this school, he knew that what his father will reply. He would have to stay until he had taken his diploma. He was doing some diploma here, some diploma course here, Einstein. And he knew very well that he was forced to stay in this school until his diploma was completed. Going back to his lodgings means it's a kind of lodge, you can say place, residence where he was living on hire. So going back to his lodgings did not cheer him up. Means while he returned to his lodge, to his room where he was living and for study purpose in Munich, that is the part of Germany. So that was also not making him cheerful. Means he was not happy. He was not feeling happy in his school also. He was not feeling at his home or at his room also. Why? His father has so little money, because his father was not very rich. His father had very little money to spare, means to give him, that Albert had been found a room in one of the poorest quarters of Munich. And that's why Albert had managed anyhow to find a room in the poorest, means in the very poor area of Munich. He did not mind the bad food. Actually did not mind the bad food and the lack of comfort and lack of facilities which he had in this room, or even the dirt and squalor. Even the place was very dirty and a lot of squalor, means you can say garbage was there. But he hated the atmosphere of the slum violence. But he hated because that was a slum area where he has hired a room actually, and he hated the atmosphere of that atmosphere of violence. When there was a violence, that area was very violent area. For example, his landlady beat her children regularly. His landlady means the owner of the room where he was living beat her children every day, and every Saturday her husband came drunk and beat her. And every Saturday her husband came drunk after drinking wine, and he beat her. But at least you have a room of your own, which is more than I can say, said Yuri when he called in around in the morning. Actually, Yuri is the friend of Einstein here, and he told he told him, Einstein told Yuri that I have a very poor room. I don't want to live here. The atmosphere is not good. Then he replied. Then Yuri replied that okay, I know that your room is in a very bad condition, in a very bad atmosphere, in a very bad situation, at a very bad place, very poor and dirty place. But at least you have a room of your own. But you have a room of your own in such type of area, which is more than I can say, which is sufficient. I think, according to me, that Yuri told to Einstein when they met in the morning. At least you live among civilized human beings, even if they are all poor students, said Albert. Now, Albert told Yuri. Yuri was also living in a room. Then Albert told that, okay, Yuri, though you live among the poor students, but you are living in a civilized human being. You are living in a civilized society, because the students are either they are poor or rich, but they are expected to be civilized. So you are living in much better atmosphere. They are not at all civilized. Yuri replied, no, Einstein, don't be confused. They are not civilized. Did you not hear that one of them was killed last week in a duel? And didn't you hear about my area and where I live, that one of the students was killed in a duel, means in a fight? And what happens to one who killed him? Now Einstein asked that what happens to that student who killed the other, means the murderer? Nothing, of course. He told nothing, of course. Actually, he is even proud of it. Actually, that his student is proud of it, that he killed someone. His only worry is that the authorities have told him not to fight any more duels. His only worry that student who killed him, the murderer's only stress is that the authorities and police authorities ask him not to engage in any fight in future. He is upset. Duel means fight. He is upset about this because he hasn't a single scar on his face. And this student is upset, sad, because he hasn't a single scar on his face to wear for the rest of his life as a badge of honor. Try to understand this line very clearly, actually, students. The person who they are criminals, while they fight with others, they receive some knife mark or some injury mark, which happens actually on the face, sometimes on face, and on those areas which you can't cover with cloth, that is visible. And whenever you ask that man that where in future, you ask that man that where from you receive that big scar, the person says as a badge of honor, means that scar mark is a kind of badge of honor, means that is a kind of symbol of honor, symbol of respect bear by those criminals. They show that scar and say that, okay, you know that once I killed a man and in that battle I received that word. So that is, so this student was upset because he has not received a single scar mark on his face or any area which you could see the people that as a symbol of respect. Oh, okay, exclaimed Albert. Albert says, oh my God, and these are the students, and they are the students actually. Well, you will be a student one day, said Yuri. Yuri here commented actually in a funny way that Einstein, you will also be a student one day, because Albert was not a student right now. He was a student physically. He was admitted in a school. He was studying there, but he was not a school student mentally. He never accepted his study and his school. While Yuri told that I think Einstein, you will also be a student in some days. I doubt it, said Albert glumly. Albert said sadly that I doubt it. Means I doubt that I will be a student. Why Albert said that? He told that I doubt that I will start liking my current school, my present school. I don't think I will ever pass the exams for the school's diploma. I told that Einstein told that I don't think that I will even pass my diploma examination. He told his cousin Elsa the same next time she came to Munich. Elsa is the cousin of Einstein, and while she came next time to meet him, she came regularly to meet him, and while she came next time to meet him, Einstein told the same thing to her also. What? That I don't think that I will ever pass the exams for a school diploma. Then normally she lived in Berlin. Actually, Elsa lived in Berlin. Berlin is the capital of Germany, you know, where her father had a business, Elsa's father had a business. I'm sure you could learn enough to pass the exams, Albert, if you tried, she said. Then while Einstein told that I don't think you will ever pass your exams. I will ever pass my exams for the school diploma. She told, I am sure you could learn enough to pass the exams, Albert, if you try. If you try, Albert, you can learn sufficient to pass the exams. I know lots of boys who are much more stupid than you are. So here actually Elsa commented, made a funny comment. It's a kind of comical comment and satire, that she told that I know so many boys who are much more stupid than you, are less stupid actually, but who get through, who get through means who pass their exams, clear their exams. They say you don't have to know anything. You don't have to understand what you are taught. They say you don't have to know nothing. And they means those students say, while I asked them that how you qualified your examination, those students told me that you don't have to know so many things for only passing the examination, for only clarifying the examination. You don't have to understand what you are taught. Actually, even that is not necessary, that it is not necessary to understand whatever you are taught in the class by the teacher. Just be able to repeat it in the exam. Just make yourself capable to repeat those all the things in the examination. Only that is sufficient and you will pass. That's the whole trouble, said Albert. Albert said, that's my main problem. I can't learn it. I can't repeat those things in the examination. I am no good at learning things by heart, because I am not good at learning things by heart means I can't mug up anything. You don't need to be good at it. Actually, Elsa told that you don't need to be good to be at learning. Anyone can learn like a parrot. Just learn like a parrot. You just don't try. And still, the problem with you that you don't try even. And I always see you with a book under your arm, and even I see that all the time I notice, Einstein, that you always have a book under your arm. What kind of book you, if you're not interested in study, then what kind of book you have? Added Elsa told Einstein, what is the one you are reading, means what kind of book that you are reading right now? A book on zoology. Einstein told, that is a book of zoology. Zoology is a kind of book which is related to earth science, related to earth history, a kind of book which is related to geography, geology, rocks and things. Do you learn that? Elsa told, means geology is a kind of book in which we study rocks and so many things, just like those areas, means the earth history. Do you learn that? No, we have hardly any science at school. He told that actually we don't have any science subject in school. That's why I find little bit of science in this book, so I study it. Then why are you studying it? If this book is not beneficial for you? Because I like it. He said that because I like this book is not that a good enough reason. He told further that Elsa, is it not a good reason that I like this book, so I read it? Elsa sighed. Elsa expressed her grief. Actually, she was puzzled to listen Einstein. You are right, of course, Albert. Albert, you are right, she said. But it won't help with your diploma. But it will not help with your diploma. Thank you.